face. Then he went off up the road. Rose's fingers touched her skin where the kiss had been. She stared after him, the familiar feeling of longing stirring in her chest. It was so good to see him, to be with him, if only for a few moments. She took a deep breath and got her front door key out of her pocket and walked into the house. She put the shopping bags in her rooms and went downstairs. Anna was in her drawing room, sitting at the small antique desk writing in a notebook. There was music playing at a low volume. Rose decided she had to come straight out and ask about Christmas. She knew that Anna had made plans for both of them to visit some of her friends and for trips to music concerts at the Barbican and the Royal Festival Hall. She also said she'd like Rose to accompany her to church on Christmas Day. None of these things appealed to Rose, but she'd kept telling herself that it would only be for a couple of days. The real Christmas holiday would be the time she spent with Joshua. "Anna, I've just had some bad news." "Really?" "Joshua's uncle's had an accident. He's fallen off a cliff and is in hospital." "A cliff? Goodness, that sounds dreadful. Is that why he came here earlier? I wondered. He looked a little upset. Is the poor man in hospital?" "Yes, and the thing is, well, Joshua's going to Newcastle tomorrow to see him, and I wondered—" Say it, Rose, she thought. Say it out loud. "If you didn't mind, I thought I might go with him, stay in his uncle's house, try and help out a bit. I know it means leaving you alone." "Of course you must go, Rose." Anna stood up and closed the book she'd been writing in. "It's just that he might need someone to—" "I understand. It's good of you to offer. I'll be fine here. There are a number of events I turned down because I didn't want to bore you, but I'll go to them now. I'll keep myself busy. You go off to Newcastle with Joshua. And, of course, give my good wishes to the poor man when you see him." Anna left the room. Rose frowned, puzzled, as she watched her go. Later on, after ringing Joshua to tell him the news, she could have sworn she heard her grandmother singing quietly to herself as she went down the stairs. Rose hadn't been looking forward to spending Christmas with Anna. Was there any reason to suppose that Anna had felt differently? She sighed. Her grandmother had changed a lot over the previous weeks. There was a time when Rose couldn't mention Joshua's name. Now, Anna had accepted that he was part of Rose's life. Indeed, she seemed relieved that Rose had someone else. The next morning she lay in bed after her alarm went off. The rain peppered the glass, and the winds slipped in and out of the trees, making them shiver. She rubbed her eyelids. Even though the room was still dark, she could see the outline of the clothes that she'd hung on the back of her door. A black jacket, black trousers, grey blouse. On the carpet were her black boots, and her bag and rucksack. She was really going to Newcastle. The clock showed 6:18. Joshua and his flatmate Skeggsy were coming for her at 7. Just before going to sleep, she'd got a text from Joshua to say that his uncle was having an operation today on his leg. Other than that, he was comfortable. This certainly wasn't the Christmas they had planned. Joshua and Skeggsy's term at Queen Mary College had finished the previous Friday. Rose's college had broken up for the Christmas holidays on the same day. Skeggsy, Joshua's flatmate, had intended to take Joshua up to Newcastle on Christmas Eve, Joshua to his Uncle Stuart's, and Skeggsy to his father's house nearby. Skeggsy was actually excited about the trip. He'd told Joshua that he wanted to go and see the Angel of the North. He'd had an idea for an art project linked to it, involving photography and animation. He had a new camera that he wanted to try out, and had asked Joshua to help him. Joshua and Rose had shopped for gifts at Camden Market, and Rose had bought an old crystal vase for Anna from an antique shop. Joshua had bought a second-hand leather bomber jacket for his uncle, and a blanket with paw marks on it for his uncle's dog, Poppy. Skeggsy hadn't gone with them.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.